Have you ever felt up a creek without a paddle? This common English idiom can be confusing for beginner learners, but understanding it can really boost your communication skills. Let me share a funny story about someone who misunderstood this idiom. My friend Anna was planning a camping trip and told her coworker, "I'm going to be up a creek without a paddle this weekend." Her coworker looked puzzled and asked, "Wait, did you forget to bring a paddle for your canoe?" Anna had to explain that she didn't actually mean she'd be in a literal canoe without a paddle. She was just feeling unprepared for the trip. So, what does up a creek without a paddle really mean? It's an idiom that describes being in a difficult or hopeless situation, without the necessary resources or tools to get out of it. Let me give you an example of how to use it correctly. My coworker forgot to submit an important report before the deadline. Now he's up a creek without a paddle, he's in big trouble with his boss, and doesn't know how to fix the situation. Here are some more examples of how to use up a creek without a paddle in different contexts. In a casual conversation, "I forgot my wallet at home. Now I'm up a creek without a paddle." In a formal setting, "The project fell behind schedule, and we're up a creek without a paddle trying to catch up." In a negative context, "After my car broke down, I felt completely up a creek without a paddle." In a humorous context, "When I spilled coffee all over my presentation slides, I was up a creek without a paddle." To help you remember the meaning of up a creek without a paddle, think of a person stranded in a river without a way to steer or propel their boat. They're helpless and unable to get out of the situation. Did you know that this idiom originated from the early 20th century, when canoeing and boating were more common? It reflects the importance of having the right tools and resources to navigate challenging situations. Interestingly, some regions may use slightly different variations, like up the creek without a paddle. A more emphatic, though vulgar, version adds an expletive before creek. But it's best avoided in formal or polite conversation. Here are some similar and opposite idioms to up a creek without a paddle. Similar, in hot water, between a rock and a hard place, in a bind. Opposite, have all the tools in the toolbox, have all the cards in your hand, sailing smoothly. These all convey the idea of being in a difficult situation or having the necessary resources to handle a challenge. Let's try using up a creek without a paddle in a sentence. After my computer crashed and I lost all my work, I felt completely up a creek without a paddle. Now, let's rephrase that without the idiom. After my computer crashed and I lost all my work, I felt completely helpless and without a way to fix the situation. I remember a time when my friend Sarah was interviewing for a new job. She was really nervous and felt up a creek without a paddle because she didn't have much experience. But she ended up impressing the interviewer with her enthusiasm and problem-solving skills, and she got the job. Using the idiom helped her convey her feelings in a relatable way. A common mistake is using the instead of a, "It's up a creek without a paddle." While up the creek is sometimes used, up a creek is generally considered more correct. Another mistake is thinking the idiom means you're literally in a canoe without a paddle. Remember, it's a figurative expression, not a literal situation. Finally, be careful not to use this idiom in an inappropriate context, like a formal business presentation. It's best suited for casual, conversational settings. Let's test your understanding of up a creek without a paddle. 1. What does this idiom mean? A. Literally being in a canoe without a paddle. B. Feeling helpless and without resources to solve a problem. C. Going on a camping trip without the right equipment. Correct answer, B. 2. Which of these is a synonym for up a creek without a paddle? A. In hot water. B. Sailing smoothly. C. Having all the tools in the toolbox. Correct answer, A. 3. Which of these is an antonym for up a creek without a paddle? A. Between a rock and a hard place. B. Have all the cards in your hand. C. In a bind. Correct answer, B. In summary, up a creek without a paddle is a common English idiom that describes being in a difficult or hopeless situation without the necessary resources or tools to get out of it. Understanding and using this idiom correctly can really boost your communication skills and help you express yourself more effectively in English. Now it's your turn. Share a sentence using up a creek without a paddle in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you can apply this idiom in your own life. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more helpful English idiom lessons.